Here we go, guys. Range tips, tip number 3. Today we are going to talk about goggles and baseball cap. So those two tools are really important in your equipment, and I'm going to explain you why. So as I already said you regarding the headset management, the ear protection, here we are talking about one of the most important protection that you always need to wear. Every time you touch the range, doesn't matter if you're training yourself or you just watching someone else that is shooting, doesn't matter the distance from the shooter or the shooter from the target, doesn't matter if you are using paper targets, doesn't matter if you are watching someone else that is training itself. Every time you are on the range or every time you have someone that is working with a firearm around you, you always need to wear ear protection and eyes protection. And the eyes protection is the top one. When you are on the range, pay attention. If you work with a steel target, it's essential that you wear your goggle, your eyes protection and ear protection. But even if you work with a paper target, doesn't matter the distance. I want to show you, for example, here. This is another piece of sharpener that I received some years ago, and at that time I was something like 25-30 yards from a vehicle, and one bullet hit the vehicle, and the fragmentation of the bullet, some of the sharpener arrived on my elbows. I did a little surgery to remove the pieces, and this is another piece that came out after some months, and now are probably a couple of years there. So this to show you that, and I was like a 30 yard from the vehicle. So very important that you understand. Every time you use a firearm, always wear eyes protection and ear protection. Now, what regarding the baseball cap? Why is important? Why you always see me with a baseball cap on my head? It's not all about the sun, because can protect from the light, from a direct lighting, because if you, like in this case, for example, today is pretty hot, the sun is up, it's perpendicular or is in front of you, so the goggles, the lens can help you a lot for the lighting, to control the proper lighting, and the baseball cap can reduce and can help you acquiring the sights and acquiring the target. It is not only this the reason. The reason is that the baseball cap can prevent another big problem that can arrive from the caps, from the shells. So which is one of the main reasons why we always dress a baseball cap. Because what can happen when you are not alone on the firing line and you have a shooter, for example, that is in your left, or even when you are alone, what can happen when you shoot while you are shooting is that one of the brass that is going to be ejected by your firearm, or by more often by the firearm or a subject that is in your left, is going to throw the hot cases on the air, and this can arrive and is going to place here. And this is something, guys, that happened. I saw this in first person, and it's something that can happen really often. What happened if the brass arrive up to our frame and is going to eat our eye, or is going to be stuck in our palpebra like this? So here this is going to be more painful. Why? Because all the surface that we have of our palpebra, our eyes, it's really sensible. And so the painful that we can receive by a hot brass that is going to be stuck in our frame could be higher than our body, where we have less sensibility. So this is going to generate what? Easy. When we are on the range and we are shooting with our firearm and we receive this, because it's something that we didn't expect, because it's something that is generating a lot of pain here, and it's in our eyes, so in the middle of the joint operation center, our brain, the pain arrives faster to our brain, and the message arrives immediately to our brain. And what can happen if we are shooting is that we start to try to remove the brass, the pain, but we are going to have our ear protection like this. So when we receive the brass is going to be here. We have our firearm. I can use my SRT. That is not a firearm, it's a training platform. So while we are shooting, we receive the brass here. The first thing we are going to do, we are going to move, and the risk is that first we are going to flag the muzzle everywhere. Second, our finger is going to be here. When we are going to grab under stress, something we can translate for the mirroring effect of the synaptic mirroring, or because the sympathy, because the bilateral symmetry, different kind of pathologies, we can transfer the order from this hand to the other hand. So when we are doing this, we can press the trigger. And it's very painful. So I saw people moving on the firing line, still with a loaded firearm in their hands, and this is very dangerous. So to avoid this risk is why we always dress our first of all, you need to dress your eyes protection. Second, you're going to dress your head. Third, you're going to insert your ear protection. At that point, you're going to see, look at this. I put my thumb in my ear protection,